Alright, so we just covered a ton of different ovarian masses and a ton of different little details. So now let's zoom out a little bit. We're going to take a little big picture slide of all the ovarian masses, and feel free to speed up the video a little bit because it's going to be a little bit slower. So I'm going to be writing a lot. Alright, so just remember that we have the three components of the ovary. That's the surface epithelium. And then we have the germ cells. And then finally, there's the sex cord, which include both the fibrocytes as well as the granulosa and theca cells. So these are the sex cord tumors. Okay? And then breaking it down, let's get a nice division right here. Surface epithelial tumors can be either benign or malignant. Okay? So these are the benign ones, and then malignant. So benign can be broken into serous cyst adenoma, which have the secrete the watery fluid, and then they have the fallopian tube-like epithelium, because remember, fallopian tubes also have serous cells, and as well as the mucinous cyst adenoma. Okay, and that has the mucus-like fluid. And then the two additional tumors that you want to know about are the endometrioid tumors. And that's basically the endometriosis that goes to the ovaries, and then you get the chocolate cyst. So there's chocolate cyst. Okay. And then finally there's the Brenner tumor, which has the bladder-like epithelium. And remember, just the B and the B. Now, the malignant surface epithelial tumors are basically just very similar. It's just instead of cyst adenoma, now you have a serous cyst adenocarcinoma. And these cysts the malignant cysts are complex, so they're not just that simple circle filled with black. There's lots of septations and all those other things. And we have the mucinous cyst adenocarcinoma, and this is you can be complicated by Pseudo Myxoma peritoniae. Let me zoom out a little bit. Pseudo Myxoma, and that is when you have a ton of mucus in your peritoneal space due to the rupture of this mucinous cancerous cyst. Okay, so now we have germ cells, and again we can go to benign, and we have malignant. Let's extend this a little bit. So benign can be a mature teratoma, and that is the 3 layers. It's the monster. Remember, it's the monster. And then you can also have struma ovariae, which is when the tumor is made out of thyroid cells, and you get hyperthyroidism. Okay. And then malignant is you can have the immature teratoma, and that is mainly with the neural tissue. Neural tissue. Okay, and then second is the dysgerminoma. And remember, that's the testicular seminoma equivalent, and it secretes LDH, so LDH is increased. And then this has the fried egg cells. And then the third one is the yolk sac tumor. Remember, the yolk sac secretes AFP. So AFP is elevated, and you get the Schiller-Duval bodies. And finally, we have the choriocarcinoma. Remember, this is the non-gestational variant, and it's from placental etiology, so you get that increased beta HCG. And okay, so now we can go to the sex cord tumors. So there's the granulosa theca. Excuse me again, pressing all the wrong buttons here. Granulosa theca cells. And remember, the granulosa cells make estrogen, so you get that hyperestrogenemia and all the symptoms associated. You get precocious puberty, you get irregular heavy menstrual bleeding, you get endometrial hyperplasia and cancer. And then there's the Call-Exner bodies. Remember that Granny loves to call. Call-Exner bodies. Okay, and then now we have the Sertoli Leydig cells. Remember, those Leydig cells love to secrete androgen, so you get hyperandrogenemia and all those symptoms associated. So it can be clitoromegaly, hirsutism, acne. Don't memorize any of that. Just remember hyperandrogenemia. Okay, and finally we have fibroma. This is a benign tumor of the fibrocytes, and it's associated with Meigs syndrome, which is basically the fibroma plus ascites plus pleural effusion. So it's a bunch of effusions, basically. Okay, so that's it for the ovarian masses. This is a nice big picture, but you will have to remember, especially those histology slides, know what those look like, know what they actually are in English, because sometimes they won't give you a picture, they won't give you that buzzword, and you'll be good from there.